A few days ago in Houston, Texas, a TikToker by the name of Chico Deon went into a Family Dollar store to buy a few things on his way home from work. He's a mobile mechanic. And while he was there inside of the Family Dollar, this exchange happened with the clerk.
All right. Let me give you a word of advice. Man, you got to watch what you say when you say it. Because this is what I'm saying. Because you don't know who speaks Spanish. Yo soy cubano, ¿me entiendes? Pero yo soy cubano. Y cuando habla la gente negra, estoy hablando de mí también.
I was just saying.
Okay, but I'm just saying, you need to watch what you say.
I was just saying.
Okay, I'm just letting you know, though. When you talk about people, especially black people, man, watch what you're saying. I ain't recording you. I'm recording myself. I'm recording you now. So, you know what? That's what I'm saying. They be talking that shit Spanish, thinking people don't understand their ass. Yo soy cubano. Cuando hablando de mierda de negro, estoy hablando de mí también. So when you talk about black folks in Spanish, a bunch of them understand what the you're saying. No, y'all talking that in Spanish. Yo soy cubano, yo entiendo. Cuando habla esa mierda de negro, estoy hablando de mí también.
So as you can see, he sounds like an African American. And in certain parts, he is. He's half African American, half Cuban. His mother is African American, from what I understand, and his father is Cuban. They had no idea that he could speak Spanish.
8826 Johnson on Johnson and Laurie copy. This is the Family Dollar I had the incident with. The cashier and a client talking that racist shit about black folks in Spanish. What happened was the lady in front of me spoke Spanish, asked her about some tennis shoes. And the little girl behind the counter told her in Spanish, she put the tennis shoes up because the still in Spanish, she put the tennis shoes up because the come in and steal the tennis shoes. Now, the little Mexican lady that stood in front of me, she knew I spoke Spanish because she heard me talking on the phone. She turns around and looked at me in my face, then turns around and started telling the girl, she the one really went off. Yeah, you know, these be stealing down the store, them be stealing, you know, and I bite my lip to keep from going off. So, you know, like I said, she looked in my face and she knew I spoke Spanish. So to me, it was like she was trying to show me that she didn't like black folks, that she was racist, because she looked at my face and then she went out with the shit in Spanish. So the little girl behind the counter, when the other lady burnt off, you know, I'm telling her straight off the top that, yeah, that's me, you looking over here and shit. So I'm telling her, that's me, you looking at me, you see me, I'm from yesterday. That's me, yeah, that's me, you looking and shit. So I'm telling the lady, I tell the little girl behind the counter, I said, man, you know, I try to talk to her nice, but she started tripping and stuff, so I wasn't gonna put on a blast. And y'all see in the video, I did put on a blast after she got a little fly with me. But it's the place right here, 8826. Quit supporting these racist ass people at the store.
Family Dollar saw this viral clip, and then they heard about the Hispanic employees that were disrespecting black people in the store. And so Family Dollar did this.
About the incident that happened the other day in Family Dollar, I will say that Family Dollar's head corporate people reached out to me this morning about the situation, and they told me that they would take care of the problem, you know what I'm saying, rid the problem. And I was trying to tell them that I wasn't trying to get the little girl fired. That was not my intention to get her fired, and it's still not my intention to get her fired. My intention was to try to wake her up by having certain conversations, especially at work, about us folks. You know, like the woman told me, she said, you know, black people ain't the only ones steal, white people steal, Mexicans steal. I said, yeah, man, because the stores on the corner, Justin and Laura Cop in Houston, is full of dope fiends, black, white, and Mexicans. So don't say black people the only one be doing the stealing. And what happened was I was in line, a Mexican lady was in front of me with a little girl buying some tennis shoes, like $4 or $5 tennis shoes. And she had some black ones. She asked the girl in Spanish, what about the white ones? She told her in Spanish, she said the white ones are for boys. She said I opened them up and I had to put it behind the counter because the niggas be stealing them. The black folks be stealing them, put it like that. She said los negros roban. She didn't say la gente roban. If she would have said la gente roban, that means the people steal them. Okay, but she said los negros siempre están robándoles. You know, the niggas, the black people be stealing them, you know what I'm saying?
Then him and some Afro Latinas appeared on the Isaiah Factor show in Houston, Texas, and the discussion was remarkable.
It took everything for me just to hold myself back from acting a fool. Because my intention wasn't to act a fool. My intention was just to pull her coat. Don't do that, because you never know who you offend. See, you see me as a black man, but you don't know my roots.
Right.
You see me as a black man, but you don't know my story.
Exactly.
You don't know our story. See what I'm saying? So that's what I was trying to wake her up to, man, because we coming out different kind of colors, all different shades. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's why I say Afro Latino, because when I say Afro, I identify with Africa as a black Latino, one who speaks Spanish, also French. So I identify, that's why I say Afro Latino. Mm-hmm. I identify, I am a black Spanish speaker as well as a French speaker. And so I was just trying to pull a card and let her know, don't do that.
And does this surprise either of you that someone would behave like this when they don't realize who you are as a person and your heritage and the languages that you may know?
Now, there was another lady that was there, also Afro-Latina. She's also received racism from other people in the Latino community because they don't believe that she speaks Spanish, even if they see her or if they're on the phone with her. And this one incident that she's going to talk about is insane.
And so I was working the phone bank, the Spanish blind. They were calling in, getting information about where to vote. And this little lady called, and once I gave her the information, she asked me in Spanish if the Channel 2 was hiring. I said, I don't know, but I'll find a number. What do you do? And she said, I clean houses, and I really need a job because all the N-words are taking all the jobs.
Wow.
And she said it all in Spanish. So I have a camera in front of me. It's live TV, and I knew I couldn't behave. So that was the one time I did the Michelle Obama. I went hi, and I thanked her, and I even gave her the phone number. I didn't want to tell her where she could really go, and I didn't want to make her struggle out to have a heart attack, because if I would have said what I wanted to say, it wouldn't have been nice.
As you can see, that lady says the blacks are taking all the jobs, or the N-words, which is crazy because if she's talking about black Americans, you don't even speak English, but you're asking for jobs, and black Americans have been in the country since it was founded. And I appreciate the brother, Chico Deon, for saying, listen, I'm black, I'm representing Africa and my roots, and that's great. But we all know that all Latinos are not like him, and not all Afro-Latinos are like him. But also we do know that we got a lot of brothers and sisters over there that do rock with us like he does, and they will check that stuff. But also we got to understand that, yes, there is a lot of racism in the Latino community between the Afro-Latinos, the blacks, and the non-blacks, and definitely that energy is coming towards us, even with these people that are not even from the country, coming in and still disrespecting black people. Well, hey, we haven't done nothing to them, but that is called competition. Dr. Claude Anderson predicted this. Many of the blacks predicted this, that if black people don't get it together, we will suffer the consequences. So we're gonna have to start waking up. We've seen it was going on all across the world. You're seeing it with these African countries getting cut off with USAID and all these other things. You see it when you see an immigration coming to the country. You're seeing it with some of these things getting cut off. Hey, people are trying to, open the doors for their own communities, okay? We gotta understand that. We gotta open the door to our own communities too. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy Shady Jackson back at it again with another episode of Fair Use. I'm out.